like sit and just talk about my thoughts because I feel like I'm always on the go. So the best time to do a confession time video is on the way to the feed store. Oh, hold on. I better stop and buckle up or Michael's gonna be mad at me. Okay, so this morning was one of those mornings. I told Bree, I told my oldest daughter that I was gonna quit being a mom. That's how bad it was. Trying to get clothes ready for Spirit Week for Wacky Wednesday, and I was just gonna quit being a mom. And that's just, then that got me thinking, I mean, that didn't get me thinking, I've been thinking it for a couple weeks now. I get really, really frustrated with, sometimes, I shouldn't say all the time, sometimes I get very, very, very frustrated with training other people's horses. And I'm like, if I could just get paid to work with my own horses, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't it be cool? Because I wouldn't be riding all the green, just getting started, fresh horses. I'd be riding like the seasoned ones that get ridden all day, the seasoned ones that get ridden 5 times a week, the seasoned ones that get ridden through the winter. I'd be riding the horses that are used all the time. They don't get like big extensive amounts of time off. It wouldn't be like starting from scratch every time that I rode. It'd be really freaking cool. So then I'm an analyst. I mean, certified as an analyst, a behavior analyst. But then even before I ever had that title, I've always looked at and analyzed everything going on in my life. So I started thinking about, like, what is it about the concept of working with our own horses that has me thinking, like, yeah, that would be fulfilling and awesome. And I was thinking about that, like, we're using them every day. That's cool. And the thing is, like, I know where they start. And I put everything in them right from the start. And after they go through like initial training, they continue being used and continue being progressed. And that's what would be so appealing about that. So I'm like, well, why do I not have that? What's the like factor that makes me frustrated with working with other people's horses sometimes? It is for sure not everybody's horse. But when I get a horse and I'm given 30 days with it, and somebody wants me to start a horse and I have 30 days, how far can you get in 30 days? Oh, that's frustrating. Not every horse, oh, there's a road grader, hang on. Not every horse is created the same way, and you can't get much done in 30 days with even the horses that have a really good mind. You can get them like just started, ready to learn, ready to really take off and excel. Road grader. So the time limit, I mean, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, you really can't get like everything real solid like it should be even in 90 days. You can put a whole lot on there, but everything is so freaking fresh unless somebody's going to take it home after that 60 or 90 days and continue everything in the same way that you've got things going, then they might as well not even send them. This has been going on since I very first started training for outside horses. And that's when I very first started, I knew that was going to be a factor, that if I'm taking horses of other people's, they need to follow along with what's going on and have an understanding how I'm doing things so that when they get home, they can do things the same way. And they'll understand where the horse's buttons are and how to ride them and how to keep everything going. So when I very first started, I had the idea, I was like, well, I'll include 3 lessons per month with your horse while your horse is in training with me. And I thought that was a really good concept. So I tried that for a while. Most people didn't come. The few people that did come, I learned real quick that 3 lessons per month was not enough. They still didn't know what was going on. So I changed it and I was like, how about unlimited lessons? While your horse is here, come out as often as you want and I will work with you and your horse. You'll know exactly what's going on. We'll all be on the same page. It'll be awesome. I had one person. No, I had two people. Since I started doing that, I probably implemented that like 3 years ago. Since I had implemented that, I had two people who would come out at least 3, if not 5 days a week while their horses were here. One of them didn't matter. She didn't have the confidence. She had really good intentions, and I'm not speaking ill of her, but she didn't have the confidence to ride the horse that she had in the same way that I rode the horse. And they can feel that. And so not only did she not use the horse as much as what she could have used the horse, but just to whatever personal issues were going on, she didn't use the horse as much, and things were not the same as what the horse was like when it left. The other one, she gained the confidence, but she didn't have the skill set. I mean, it was once she left, she was on her own and didn't have the skill set to implement any sort of progression with the horse. And if there was any sort of backsliding, she didn't know how to address it and bring everything up to par. And I don't really know. That's my theory on it. And I had that horse I had that horse a full 3 months. And I do remember the horse was great when it went home. But it's so much more than just putting 90 days on a horse. So, yeah. That time frame is very limiting and very frustrating. So I was like, all right, well, that's part of it with our own horses. I don't have a time frame. Sometimes a time frame's nice. Like if I have goals to reach by a certain time of the year, then that like keeps me moving along. It's really hard when I've got all these outside horses to ever find time to work with our horses. But if I've got like a goal that I want to reach by a certain time, then I know that I make that time. So sometimes that time frame, like putting a time limit for a goal, that's ideal. Okay, so then I start thinking about what else. What is the other factor that appeals to the idea of working with our own horses? And it is like, I know where they're coming from. I know what's been done with them. I know if I can think of one person who's going to laugh at this. I know if it's a colt, if the only way it's ever been caught was because it's been roped and choked out until it's submitted, I know that didn't happen with our own horses, and I'm not going to spend 30 days trying to get the horse to accept a halter and not be terrified of a halter and lead rope. You know who you are. I know that, I mean, in saying that, he is a great person, and very knowledgeable horseman, but his style and my style are different. What works for him, what works for me, works for me, and that's all I'm gonna say. But because of how I want my horses, what type of mental state I look for in training, that kind of stuff doesn't work for me. So if I have a horse that comes in and it's got some fear-based training or some submission-based training or some flooding, different things like that have gone on in the early training process, then it leaves some holes and things that I have to go back and fix to my standards, and that takes time. So that takes time away from already the time frame that I have with the horse. So that's frustrating. When it's a clean slate and I can do it exactly how I want to do it from the start, then I don't spend so much time undoing things. So that helps a lot. Now, that's sort of been my rant, and where I was talking with Michael this morning, and I'm like, I just want to train our own horses. And then he mentioned, I've got a nice horse. She's at the barn right now. She's only been there about, I don't know, maybe it's like we're in her second week. And I'm riding her in a bridle with a snaffle bit. We're side passing. She can walk, trot, lope on a loose rein. We're working on collection. She has a start to a spin. She has a nice soft back. And she's only been here like a week and a half. And I appreciate clients like that a lot. She is somebody who, sorry, I hope nobody gets motion sick. This road that I'm on right now is not the smoothest. But anyway, she is a horse. So she's only been here a week and a half. But I had her last summer, and I only had 30 days with her last summer. And her owner she's a 3-year-old, coming 4-year-old. She's a 3-year-old last summer. And her owner really was appreciative of everything that I could do with her in the 30 days last year. Got her forward really good. She was walked out low by loose rein. Steering was starting to get soft. We did not have the bridle yet. But everything was like soft, heading in the right direction. She knew how to, the only thing that they really need to know is 100% get off pressure. And that horse knew that 100%. That's why everything is going so easily and so smoothly now. Anyway, so this owner saw what could happen in 30 days and really appreciated it and was thinking like, man, what if I could leave the horse for 90 days? And I think this is an owner who understands like 90 days doesn't make the horse finished. She knew 30 days didn't. But she's like, imagine all that could happen if I could just give the horse trainer more time. Wouldn't that be an amazing concept? Give the horse trainer more time. So we got the horse started. She took the horse home. She wanted to give more time and understood. And I understand this. I understand that financially it is not easy to drop your horse with a trainer and put all of that money into training. But if you do it right, it is definitely worth your while. So she, financially last year, 30 days was all she could do, but she could see the benefit and could see the improvement and knew that she wanted to get her horse back. So if I understand the situation correctly, she picked up a second job and worked that second job through the winter at least. I don't know if she's still doing it or not, but she picked up a second job that she could work part-time to make extra money, save that extra money, and now she sent the horse back for 90 days. Not only did she send this horse back for 90 days, but she's got this one that's coming back, and then she's got a young one that she's getting started for 90 days after this one's done. And I remember this woman, she, when I first met her and she dropped off for the first 30 days, I went through my whole spiel about like staying in touch and coming out for lessons, and I do want her to come out for lessons. But she had said, I'm gonna pass a sheriff right now. I hope that, I am buckled in. I am not holding my phone. It's sitting on my dash. Things should be good. Okay. But when she dropped the horse off and I was going through my spiel, and she's like, yeah, you're just gonna do your job. I'm paying you to do this. You don't have to like keep me updated. Just do your job. And that's another factor. Like that's work with our own horses. Then I don't have the hanging over my head like, oh, I need to update the owner, I need to update the owner, I need to update the owner. Like, yes, I want you to be informed about what's going on with your horse, but sometimes there's a lot of like wash, rinse, and repeat. Sometimes it's just working on the same thing, just trying to build softness or more responsive or get a little bit quieter about it. And that just takes time and repetition. And when somebody's asking me every single day, hey, how's it going? Hey, what's going on with my horse today? What'd you do today? Can I get a daily update? Any new things? It gets real hard to just try to explain that concept to somebody, that we're doing the same thing. And so then they start asking every day, and it's a personality fault. I am a people pleaser. And they start asking every day, and I'm saying the same thing, and I'm like, crap, I can't keep saying the same thing. So then I kind of like put the brakes on a little bit of like the softness and the responsiveness and trying to make everything how I would want it before moving on. And I'm like, crap, I just got to move on. And so I just move on so that I can say something new whenever they ask for the daily update. So there's that. But I should video some with this mare that came back for this 90 days now. I should get some like recent video. I'll try to do that. I didn't, of course, charge my robot camera because that thing is a pain in the butt. But if somebody's around at the barn that could just video her a little bit. I mean, I'm taking that horse. She's been with us a week and a half. By the end of the week will be 2 weeks that she's been here. And I'm taking her out with us to the ranch show that we're going to this weekend. We didn't sign her up for any classes, but I'm like, we should have. When we were registering for classes, she'd only been here a week, and I thought that was just insane. But then riding her all week this week, I'm like, we should just be signing her up for classes. She's not going to win, but it'd be a great experience for her, and I think that she'd do well. So, I don't know. That's my confession morning, is that I'm having a hard morning where I'm kind of like questioning a lot of things and why I'm doing the things and what makes me happy about what I'm doing. And that's what it is. It's working with, so then I was like, okay, what's the common denominator between our horses and this horse that's back for this 90 days that I'm talking about enjoying so much? It's working with horses that are a clean slate. I know exactly what's been put into them so that I'm not spending so much time trying to redo and fix things. Working with horses that I don't have a time limit on. I can spend as much time as I want on the ground without any pressure to be on their back, so that I can make sure that everything's top notch on the ground. Or I can spend as much time as I want riding in the round pen without the pressure to get outside, so that I can make sure that everything is top notch in the round pen. It's just setting the horse up to be successful. If you can set the horse up correctly to be successful in what you're asking them to do, then they get more confidence. But when you rush stuff because you feel like you've got a time limit, or you rush stuff to get to your own personal goals or whatever you're wanting yourself, and then you have wrecks and you have bad experiences, then you're taking away from all the good experience that you could be having if you had just taken the time that it takes instead of rushing. And then it's just being free of outside pressure to do things differently than exactly how I want to do them. So I thank God for all of my clients, for anybody that's ever trusted me to work with their horses, because the only reason that I have the skill set that I have now is because people have trusted me and have given me their horses to work with to gain the experience that I've gained. But in doing that, I've got years and years and years of experience. So I would appreciate, and I do appreciate, and I have lots, I think everybody is happy with what goes on in my barn, but I really, really appreciate the people who are just like, drop the horse off. I trust you to do your job, Nikki. I understand why it costs what it costs. Your time and experience is worth it. And I look forward to seeing what I have when I get the horse back. So I just got to the feed store. I'm gonna get my feed. I'm going to unload, get started with my day. Thank God for the barn and the opportunities that I have. Thank God for the clients that I have that are trusting me with their horses. Thank God for all of the experience I've gained, all of the people who have been willing to share their thoughts and principles and ideas with me so that I've been able to learn and be grateful for the day. Rant over. Time to be grateful for the day, and hopefully, I don't know, I hope I didn't offend anybody, but maybe it'll just get people thinking about what to expect when, not just me, when you send your horse anywhere for anybody to work with. Just research and know who you're sending the horse to, and then trust them. If they've got the same type of training principles as what you want to follow or you have been following, and they've got the same type of riding experience and goals as what you're looking for, and you know that you can trust them to care for your horse while it's there, then drop off and trust them. So thanks for listening to my rant this morning. It's not always rants like this. We try to have a lot of fun, and I do try to share like horse training tips and what we're doing at our ranches and with our family. So if you like that sort of thing, like and subscribe to our videos, please. And I'll try to keep it more positive from here on out. See you guys next time. Bye.